when you finally did it. You're off on the biggest adventure of all. So big that it's taken me a year to put my thoughts together and say them out loud. But life with you has always been an adventure. From the moment we met on that spring evening at the dance at El Dorado Springs and our first date the next night. You had me with the flowers you bought from the street vendor on the way to my house. And for the next 15 years. Sometimes it was scary and harsh, but no matter what, we were together. Whether it was snorkeling on the reefs with the barracudas or skiing the double black diamond runs at Snowmass, or sailing the waves on Lake Michigan, or wandering the streets of Paris in December in jeans that didn't fit because your luggage was lost, or climbing the steps of Notre Dame to pet the gargoyles, or standing in the Vatican to see the Pope bless your mom's rosary, or climbing to the top of St. Peter's to see the roof of the Sistine Chapel, or the Tower of Pisa, or driving through the night from Colorado to Michigan to surprise my dad for his birthday, or riding in the bunk of a semi to go to Kansas for your family reunion and being swept up in your family's loving arms, and you and mine, or renting the house in Longmont, or the house in Petoskey, or owning our own home in Albuquerque and planting a garden in each one of them, or showing up at the gym with Sam cupped in your hands and making him our companion for the rest of his life, or buying me that 1959 Buick for $150, or wandering through the painted desert and canyons of New Mexico, or going to Montserrat and Jamaica and Tobago and wandering the beaches, or many, many other things that we did, including the weekend in October of '92 when we began our journey together to sobriety. For every one of these times, you always said, "Come on, it'll be fun." I look around my house in Miami and still see you there. The chairs and table we bought at Sears for the house at Albuquerque, the O'Keeffe prints from Santa Fe, the Gandalf candle in the bookcase, the fishmobile made of palm fronds from Jamaica that hangs over the sink in the kitchen, the shirts in the closet that still fit both of us, the Pontiac in the garage that once had both our names on the title, our rings in the little carved box that also holds the slip of paper with your phone number on it, the dedication in my book to the man who showed that wisdom is not measured by degrees, the character who shows up in my writing again and again, the hundreds of pictures, mementos, and kitchen utensils, traces, as the old song goes, of love. We were never married in the cold and unfeeling eyes of the state or in the thrall of a church, but even if it was unwritten or unvowed, we were married in every other way. And despite the fact that we separated for reasons I never truly understood, we never let go of each other. You were always a part of me. And when we talked on the phone, each call ended with, "I love you," and "I love you too." And while we went our separate ways and found new lives in different places and with new friends, our time together was and always will be the best time of my life. I don't believe in the superstitions of heaven and hell or life eternal. Those are things the mind has concocted because it's incapable of comprehending its own mortality. But I do believe in the spirituality of everlasting life, because as long as I and your family and your friends and the people who knew you remember you, you're not really gone. You're just in the next room. Even if it's just in that little pewter urn next to your high school picture. Your number is still in my phone. Your letters are still in my drawer. I can still hear your laugh. So, when you set off on your last adventure on that quiet night in the house you grew up in, I knew in my heart that I was losing a part of me in one way, yet keeping it with me forever. Grief doesn't care about time or distance, and while I may not be widowed, I'm very sure that what I feel, what I miss, what stops me in mid-sentence is every bit as real as it gets. And to quote you, it sucks. But it also shows me how much I truly loved you. I know that you went in peace and on your own terms. And I know that you were ready to go. Because, as Tinkerbell says to Peter Pan, to die is an awfully big adventure.